What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing preseason game number 3 with the Giants and the Jets. The Giants come out victorious, 21-20 is the final score. So let's go over it. I want to quick go over the injuries that happened during the game. We know that Darian Thompson didn't play. Nat Burhay got the start. Justin Pugh didn't play. As long as as well as Matt Lacoste and another player, but and Will Johnson. But as far as the injuries, I don't think none of them are too big a deal. I think Ben McAdoo is just keeping them out for safety reasons, which I am very happy about. That's something, in my opinion, that Tom Coughlin didn't like to do during the preseason. He did play a lot of people, especially even if they were completely healthy. He didn't, healthy scratches were kind of rare with Tom Coughlin. So, but anyway, the injuries during the game, we had Jonathan Casillas with a cracked rib, but he is expected to play through it, so he will not miss any time. But if I was Ben McAdoo, I would sit him out of the last preseason game against the Patriots and let him play. If you want to let him play against Dallas. Next, we got B.J. Goodson, who left with a concussion. Leon Hall also with a concussion, which is a bad sign right there. And Nikita Whitlock with a foot injury. As far as how severe the foot injury is, he was carted off. But as far as how severe it was, I'm not sure yet. You guys can comment on if you know any information on that. Quickly, before I start this off, I thought Orleans Darkwa, you might have heard me talk about Orleans Darkwa, that he's injured and stuff like that. I thought he was, because the last I heard of him was OTAs. And OTAs he did not participate in because he was injured. But training camp, I heard now, I know that he was taking part in it, but he's not getting any snaps for some reason. I mean, Marshawn Coppridge, our undrafted rookie, is getting more snaps than him. And yeah, he got some snaps yesterday, a lot on special teams, and he messed up, which Brad Wing got his punt blocked. That was Orleans Darkwall's fault. But yeah, I did not know that, and thank you whoever pointed that out to me in the comments. Let's start off. I'm going in sequential order of how I wrote this down, so I may go all over the place. The pass defense is still struggling. You guys noticed from the starters. I mean, I get that our starting defense looked very well. It looked ready to play against Dallas, but I'm still seeing a lot of inconsistencies as far as Janoris Jenkins. He's given up a lot of plays. As far as plays down the middle where the linebackers are supposed to be, they're giving up quite a bit of plays. But I am seeing improvement from the starting linebackers play. I'm actually pretty surprised and satisfied with what they're doing right now. I expected a lot worse with what the talent we have at linebacker. So yeah, I think the pass defense really needs to get better. We're going to be going against the Dallas Cowboys, and for anybody, for that matter. So, moving on, I think Jonathan Casillas really just locked up the weak linebacker spot. I know he just got injured, but this is the third preseason game that he's making plays, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do. We haven't had a linebacker who consistently makes plays in a while. We have Devon Kennard, but he's not very consistent. On top of that, he can't really stay on the field either. So, in the first two preseason games, some people were talking about it. I know I was talking about it first in the first preseason game. I thought he made a lot of plays, and now he's starting to get attention. And I'm telling you guys, do not look away from Jonathan Casillas, because he's making a statement here in the preseason. He has great run defense. He had great run defense the whole three preseason games. Whether stuffing up in the middle or sideline to sideline plays. which is good for a weak side linebacker because they're able to freely move wherever they want. But I know he has problems with his pass coverage, and I think it's getting a little better. As far as reading the play before it happens, I mean that's all right. I haven't seen anything spectacular from him about that. But as far as getting to the ball carrier is definitely what he's improved on. And right after the receiver catches the ball, I see him making a run on the ball. So moving on, the pass rush is really stepping up. It's really shaping up as well. I know it's not going to show on the stat sheet the whole time. We only had 2 sacks this game from Romeo Okwara and Damon Harrison, who forced that fumble, strip sack. So I know we didn't get anything, on the stat sheets, but as far as pressures go, I think the Giants did a very good job doing that. And we forced a lot of incomplete passes and a lot of hurries, and we were in the quarterback's face for the majority of the time. And I saw Olivier Vernon and JPP get some good pressures in as well. So moving on, Eli Apple did not allow a catch in this game, and I honestly think in his time of playing, he didn't play the second game with the Bills, but he played the first game. I think he only allowed like 1 or 2 catches, in my opinion. I mean, he's really doing well. He's really shaping up, and I really wanted him to prove us wrong as Giants fans because we were upset about his pick. But he's really proving us wrong. And as far as man-to-man coverage, this guy is solid. And in the game against the Jets, it was a hard 3-step slant, and Eli Apple was right on it, right behind the receiver, and knocked it away. And it was a great job. And I believe that was on Eric Decker. It was either Eric Decker or Jalen Marshall. It was one of those two. But yeah, it was a great play right there, and I'm excited to see what Eli Apple's gonna, put forth on, game day. So, moving on, Damon Harrison's strip sack. That was great. I mean, a lot of people were wondering, on passing downs, Damon Harrison just won't be on the field. On passing downs, he's useless. I mean, the Giants don't substitute for him on passing downs. He's staying on the field the whole time. And I think that's exactly what the Giants wanted to do in the first place. You have the Giants media also going along with it, that Damon Harrison is going to be, coming out on passing downs. But they don't really know what they're talking about because, they go by speculation as well. But I see him on passing downs. I see him making plays, getting some pressure. He's not only limited to stopping the run. That's what he was doing in the New York Jets team because that's what his role was. If you ask somebody to do a different role, you don't know what you're going to expect from them. But he did very well there, and forcing that fumble, that was a great job by him. And then Jonathan Hankins falling on it and moving up for some yards. The running game is looking absolutely terrible. We looked good at the end of last season, but now, I know this is the preseason. We run simple, conservative running plays. That's what you should be doing in the preseason. But I don't know if the Giants were really trying, but that running game looked terrible, atrocious from every running back. Being that our offensive line isn't helping either, but we need more elusiveness. We need. I'm tired of seeing people just running into the hole and expecting to gain some yards. We need some elusiveness. That's why we got Paul Perkins. Odell Beckham. I know Eli Manning threw that pass. It wasn't the best pass in the world, but it was catchable. And it was very understandable. I know this is the preseason. If this was probably the regular season, I know Odell Beckham would have jumped for that pass. And honestly, if you were to make a play on the pass, this wouldn't have been intercepted. It wasn't the best pass in the world, but it wasn't bad either. It was just that Calvin Pryor was, closing in on Odell Beckham. And I know in the preseason they love to hit Odell Beckham. And that's also, if you guys saw, he was very frustrated in this game because they were really trying to hit him. And, that's what they do when you're a star. So I bet it happens to all the stars in the NFL. So it's very understandable. I don't blame Odell Beckham for not taking the hit and trying to, in a way he did make Eli look bad because he threw a pick, but it's understandable to me. It's very understandable. why Odell did that. Anyway, moving on to Janoris Jenkins, and I'm having a problem with him lately. He's making some good plays here and there, but for every good play, he's making like 3 mistakes. And whether it's he's supposed to be known as a good man coverage defensive back, but when it comes to man coverage, it seems like he doesn't have any common sense on that back shoulder pass with Ryan Fitzpatrick to Eric Decker. That was a touchdown. You see Eric Decker moving back. Even if you were to play backyard football and the person you're covering is looking behind them, he's expecting the ball. Common sense is to look back and see where the ball is, at least for a second. If you don't see it, then keep doing what you're doing. But Eric Decker looked back for a good, I'm talking a good 2 seconds, and Janoris Jenkins did nothing. He stood there with his hand. That would have been, if that was incomplete, that could have been a pass interference. He was holding him and holding his arms back, and that could have well been a call. But if he would have looked back, and he would have made a play. He would have either smacked it down or tried to make the interception. I would have preferred you smacked it down than get beat trying to make the interception. But all he needed to do, it was right there. It was very close to him. It wasn't a unique pass. It wasn't a great play in any way. It was just Janoris Jenkins not looking back at the ball. And for a corner that is specializing in man coverage, that's very, simple-minded of him, and very, like a rookie mistake, even though he's not a rookie. So that was something that I have a problem with Janoris Jenkins about. Anyway, moving on. This is the perfect time for Jerrell Adams to step up. He needs to step up here. I know he's undermined. He's a 6th round draft pick. He's low on the depth chart, so on and so forth. But Matt LaCosse is out. He's gonna be out probably the whole season. And then, he's been taking first team reps. And then you have Larry Donnell, who can't pass block for his life, or run block. He can't block at all. And then you got Will Tye, who's not the best blocker at all. He's not good. And then you got Will Johnson, who's probably the best best blocker at all, out of all of them. But he is injured. He's fighting some injuries. So Jerrell Adams needs to step up here. He was drafted, for the purpose of blocking. When he was in college, he was used primarily as a blocker. And it's also a plus that he can also catch the ball. And he made a good play for a 14-yard gain with Eli. But, he needs to step up here. This is his perfect. You can't ask for a better opportunity than this. None of the other tight ends can block in any way. And the ones that can are injured. So this is your best chance. You're a drafted player. Everybody else is undrafted. Will Tye's undrafted. Larry Donnell's undrafted. You have some merit. You have a reason why you stay on the field. Teams usually keep their drafted players over undrafted. Sometimes it happens all the time. So this is his perfect opportunity right here to do something. And he's, him not taking reps is showing that he's not doing that well in practice. And, he needs to step up here. And then I want to quickly go over Brad Wing, and he did a very good job in this whole preseason. It's becoming a normal thing that he is punting inside the 10. It's fantastic bounces. It's bouncing and it bounces and stays inside the 10. You would think it would, hit a touchback, but it stays inside the 10. And this whole preseason has been very well for Brad Wing, besides that block punt that Orleans Darkwa let go of. But we play the Patriots on live TV. For those who don't live in the Florida area, who don't live in the New York area, I live in Florida, so I'm not able to watch it all the time like, people that live in New York and New Jersey do. So, it will be on live TV. I probably won't be able to watch it because I got to work that day, but we face the Patriots last preseason game, then we move on to face the Dallas Cowboys in the first regular season game. The real football is actually starting to start. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. I know I made this a little long, but if you enjoyed, leave a like. Comment what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know who you guys think is is really impressing here. And also, Romeo Aguara is really doing well as well. So just wanted to give him a little props there because he's been fighting his way onto the roster and he's been doing a very good job. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video when it's the recap of the page. No, my next video is going to be the 90 to 75 roster cuts, and I'll be going over that. See you guys in the next video.